CMC to get checked by a doc. I don't believe there's any on duty based on lack of response on 10. So it's likely going to be checked in with Dr. Payne. However, other individuals as part of this situation have already been processed and likely released. And this individual was found with quite a bit of stuff. I'm not going to say that we suspect they might be faking a medical condition, but the possibility exists. We do have sufficient units on 2 already. However, should anything happen, it's going to be on channel 2. It's going to be referencing an individual named Knox Thompson.
212 could clear CMC for you, rival, if you like that.
Hey, firm. If you wouldn't mind and just swap over to 2 to communicate that. The suspects that were released earlier were Oscar Perez alongside Seti Banks. I believe Seti had already been sent off. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If you see any vehicles registered to either of them, I'm going to swap back over to 2.
Hey, firm. 212 transition to channel 2. 212 is at CMC to clear before your arrival.
No.
Do you think
about autism with Tylenol? He's taking it into his own hands. He's doing experiments.
there's a couple of like just minor
There is a
spelling
vehicle
mistakes
at
within the
CMC coming
search
back to
warrant?
a mini
And I know
Jensen.
we've got a case up at the
I
moment
don't think they have
that
any
someone's trying to
relation
fight it
the
because of
individuals that you are
clerical
currently
errors. So should I
dealing
get it
with,
a fixed
but I
first
will
before I
side
approve?
as well.
Repeat that. Sorry, Storm was on radio.
Scrim Club.
So there's a couple of minor spelling mistakes within the search warrant.
Yeah, just have Remy resolve any
Yeah, because
clerical things.
I know someone's actually, there's this thing going on with Espino's currently that someone's, because a D was put instead of an S or something. trying to
Yeah,
say that
there shouldn't
it's
be any
alright, so-
issue with that realistically. But if we spot it ahead of time, it'd be silly to not resolve it before sending it to a
Alright.
judge. So yeah,
Then-
just let Remy know.
I'll get her to fix it and then I can
Alright.
sign it.
Perfect.
Right, firm.
All right, 290's back on radio. I'm gonna get mounted up.
Copy.
Oops,
The
sorry.
They're doing the
suspect
thing
is
in
loaded
Sunshine
up.
too, right?
We are just
Yes.
out the back.
CMC is all clear.
Going behind the scout.
Remy, are you on too?
Hey, firm. I just had to run my PD quickly.
Alright, once this is done, I'll speak to you about the search warrant.
Hey, firm.
290 is breaking ahead. Let you know if I see anything out of the ordinary.
Do you want to take the typical LS down to Strawberry, or would we like to take Palomino?
Hey, firm, just take LS. I think it's unlikely anything's gonna happen. I just think the possibility exists.
Yeah.
Seen the scout or?
Hey,
firm.
fam.
Currently parallel to the LS freeway to Palomino merge. I've seen nothing. The casino turnoff overpass is clear. The only thing I can't confirm is bridge and why? Sorry, Mirror Park. Okay, firm. And Storm, you haven't seen any vehicles in that area, correct?
Correct. Besides the one that I called out, it came back to a mini Jensen. I don't think there's any affiliation with that name of the individuals that you're currently dealing with.
Hey, firm. Just a heads up, the individuals that got arrested earlier, one was in a black Ferrari, that was Oscar Perez, and then said he was in a tan elegy. If you see any of those just in the area and don't get a plate read or anything, let us know.
There is an individual getting medical from Dr. Payne, but they have no relation. It's Hydra.
Okay, firm. This isn't Hydra related. I don't even know what group they're part of, truthfully. But it's Knox Thompson. Are you saying that the individual there is related to Hydra? I may have misunderstood.
We are 23 at CMC. I'm unloading the suspect now.
Okay, firm. Hello? What is going on here?
Right. Checking in with Dr. Payne.
The two individuals are leaving the hospital now.
Don't worry. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right. Oh yeah, 100% Sam. It's really fucking good. I also split it up into two parts. One where I did not strain any of the whey because again I was going for that like very smooth consistency, similar to like a yogurt based drink, chef's kiss, and then strained some of the whey for like actual yogurt. Tow truck registered at Denzel Wallace pulled up.
Someone's running to the front here.
I believe that's going to be the person from the tow truck.
It is Denzel himself.
It's weird that without a livery, what these badges?
He's going to be coming through seeing Dr. Payne, so should show up there in a minute.
You're talking about Go-Gurts? Oh my god, I haven't heard of those in so long.
Yeah, he's being traded now.
But holy fuck, did you ever cut the inside of your lip on the edge of the plastic? I had. That's not fun. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dr. Payne said he can move on for now, but he needs to see a specialist. We're heading out the back now.
Um. Whatever the doctor communicated regarding seeing a specialist, can you just make sure that you jot that down in your statement? That way, when judges review, they can also take that into account.
Yeah, that's for 36976 to MRPD with 195. Three 6923 MRPD 7.
705. Safe traffic.
You know what I just realized? There's a lock on the back gate. We could probably start using that to some degree. The only thing is we now have ballistics testing back there.
Yeah, if we had a way to park our cars, that'd be great.
Okay.
I used to use this all the time until I kept getting my car blown up.
Oh.
That was a while
screw
ago.
that.
Yeah. People would jump over and pour it in gasoline and then dip, and you just see your car exploding outside.
Did they shoot it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I hate
They shoot
people.
it and get it to ignite.
Hold initiated. All right. At judge. Actually, well, at judges. I don't necessarily think hearing is. Be held for a max of 48 hours while they await a proper evaluation. Patient has been on a psych hold for 48 hours, and the patient's been available, but no licensed mental health professional has been met with, and they must be released once that 48-hour hold ends. Only exceptions are for rare cases where the patient may not have been available during their hold. What does this word mean? Loose or
Wrote you on the channel, right?
hey, firm, what's up?
So I just need to tell him that he's being sent up there for 48 hours involuntarily, not in relation to his charges, but just due to his current bill of health.
Hey, firm. I'll come in. Where you at?
We're in the cells.
Because again, I want to make sure that none of this falls on y'all. It's just a legislative thing that is quite confusing, so I want to make sure that I communicate it. And should anything go wrong, it'll fall on me.
Understood.
All right, where they at?
A
Over here.
firm.
They're in the ISO cells.
All right. All right, Mr. Thompson. It's quite difficult to hear you. But can you hear me? Okay.
Just go away. I don't want.
Might be prick. Sounds like Latin.
So Mr. Thompson, I'm just gonna reiterate. What was that?
God.
Mr. Thompson, we, for lack of better term here, We are trying our best to get you the help that you need. Okay. That being said, again, we are going to push forward with the 48-hour involuntary
Yeah,
psych hold
yeah.
for a screening, or psych screening rather.
They
Um,
can't. They
what
can't.
what
No.
was that?
No. Well, but they must. No. 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 Yeah. Oh.
Mr. Thompson?
Well.
Mr. Thompson? Mr. Thompson? What the doc say regarding what was going on?
He just told us that he was clear and that he should see a specialist later down the line.
Okay.
I didn't see anything regarding the condition because of Pippa. I didn't get to read his medical chart.
Yeah, you can't read his
Yeah.
medical chart over.
Well, I mean, if there's medical stuff that we need to know while he's in our custody, that's one thing. But if it's unrelated, then not much we can do.
Yeah. He was cleared by pain. There's nothing urgent that needs
Okay.
work.
Mr. Thompson? Mr. Thompson?
Knox.
Hey.
Oh, sounds the whistle.
Well, hello there. You're new.
Nope. I've been here for a bit.
No, you have not.
Nope. I actually think you're wrong. Mm-hmm.
Very well, okay.
What was that? I'm sorry. What's your name?
Oh, why is that about there?
So I want to ensure that I'm speaking to the right person.
Oh, that's fine. But no names are needed.
Okay. Well, here's what's going to happen. As I was explaining before, we are initiating the process for the involuntary psychiatric screening hold here. Okay.
Oh, so you think we're crazy? You think we're just going? You want to lock us up and lobotomize us?
No. You're not being lobotomized. Additionally, it has nothing to do with you being locked up, and has everything to do with us ensuring that you are, in the mental state that you need to be in.
Yes, that's what they said before. Then they put us in a 24-hour cell for 24 hours a day. They put us in a 20 by 20 by cell, same as this one, 24 hours a day for 15 years. The same exact words were said by the old man that sent us here.
Okay. How long ago was this?
Good while.
Okay. So to be clear, it is a up to 48-hour hold pending that psychiatric screening. All right. If it is deemed that there is no issue, then you would be released back to our custody, in which we would then continue on with the appropriate charges for the situation that occurred today. Does that make sense?
Very well.
So the way, just as a heads up, the way this is going to work is you're going to be sent up for, again, up to 48 hours. In the meantime, we've been trying to get a hold of a judge. We've been unable to. Are you all right, Knox?
Yes.
Okay.
Is something you saw that's frightening?
No, everything's fine. So again, we're gonna follow through with the 48 hours. Okay. At the earliest convenience of a judge, either Orver or Remy or anyone involved in this situation, will pretty much have a hearing in front of a judge. Alternatively, they may opt to reference statements made within the report in an attempt to justify the hold. If that is denied, you would then immediately be released. If it is approved, then the timer starts ticking on the 48 hours in an attempt to get you to, get together with a doctor. I do have a question, Mr. Thompson, and this is just so that we can best try to coordinate scheduling from someone with psych. When are you typically around?
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me, but I didn't hear. Can you repeat what you said?
From which point?
Um, honestly, last thing I remember was he said we were getting on a 48-hour hold, and
Yep.
then
I'll explain. So
okay.
you are being sent up on an involuntary screening hold,
Okay.
which allows us to send you up for up to 48 hours. I can't stress this enough. If someone from psych is available to conduct the screening, let's say in half an hour, then realistically it doesn't need to. It's not going to be anywhere close to the 48 hours. So scheduling is going to be fairly important. But
Okay.
again, 48-hour hold. You will be sent to Bolingbrook. There's an infirmary there in the event where there's any issues. From there, in the meantime, we are trying to coordinate getting together with the judge because additionally, it does require a hearing, but judges aren't available at the moment, and we can't, in good faith, just release you if we firmly believe that there are issues. So that'll happen. It may be an in-person hearing. It may be just a review of the situation based upon statements from officers within the report. But during all of this time, again, we are going to try to ensure that Psych is aware. We have messaged the lead of Psych, which is Pixie. My question for you is typically when are you available? That way Pixie can coordinate either herself or someone else within her department to try to be around to conduct the screening.
I'm typically around later into NA storm, like 8, like 5 to 8 hours into it.
Okay. Is there any possibility I could get those times in I don't Eastern, Western?
In Eastern times, it would be like between um 9 p.m. No, like 6. No, hold on.
Well, what would be
Oh, I got it. Yes,
easiest for you to say? Because I can then convert.
it would be 7 p.m. from between 7 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. And so you are frequently around during that time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I will make sure that that is communicated to the psych department. Now, again, there is no guarantee that they will be available, but they will certainly make a best
That's
effort.
fine. If it's needed, I can always if like contacted. I always just try and wake up, but sometimes I might have a commitment or not.
Yeah, that's understandable. Um, everyone has to deal with stuff. It is what it is. I just want to make this the least, because typically scheduling is probably the biggest hurdle, and if the opportunity exists to ensure that that is not the biggest hurdle, that would be great. Do you know if you would be around during that time today, like later today? Because that'd be what, 12 hours from now?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about 12.
Okay, perfect. I will make sure that that is communicated. At that point, the reality exists because we're gonna have to write additional statements here, but man,
Am I dying, Doc?
Well, we're not doctors, but it is important to mention here that this involuntary hold pending this screening is separate from all of the other stuff that has occurred today regarding charges. Okay. Now, in saying that, will we take into account some time served? Absolutely. I would think it'd be silly not to. You've been in custody already for quite some time. But that'll all be determined within the report. But once you are released from psych, if you are released, you would then be placed back into our custody and then processed for the crimes, assuming everything is deemed okay, if that makes sense. If and you may want to speak to an attorney regarding this, if you go down the route of you know, saying mentally you were not all there while these crimes were committed, understand that that is something that would have to be proven in court. Even if psych tells us you are not all there, we unfortunately still have to push the charges, and then that needs to be argued in front of a judge, okay? That is not really something that we have any say in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So essentially, it is a, it would be an affirmative defense, which needs to be argued. So we still push, and then ultimately, you'd have documentation from doctors and whatnot to argue that you shouldn't be held liable. Do you have any additional or any questions for me or any of the officers involved in the situation at hand today?
I think I got the information I needed.
Okay, perfect. I'm trying to think of if I have anything else. Is there anything from anyone else here regarding this situation?
Hold on. Come around that.
Also, Mr. Thompson, when you are sent up on a hold, this is not time. Most people are aware, but I just want to be thorough here. This is not time that can be worked off. The only way you would be released is either the 48-hour hold expires, at which point you would be released. However, I will say there is specifically writing in the piece of legislation that states that should the patient essentially be unavailable during any of that 48-hour period, I'm paraphrasing here, but like there's sort of an expectation that
basically, if I'm not around, they just try to sleep all the time. I get it.
Correct. Essentially, make a good faith effort. We all understand that stuff happens. Realistically, again, we don't want you there for an extended period of time. It's just there aren't as many psych individuals. I mean, hell, even doctors, right? But if you don't have any other questions, I think we are good to send you up on the 48 hours. Just a heads up, my name's Matt Rhodes. I'm the Assistant Chief of Police. While I may not have the full context of everything that's occurred here today, I at least have enough knowledge to, discuss the situation. So,
okay.
Are you good to be sent up?
Yeah, y'all got a jacket?
I'm sure we can get you one.
Okay, I'm fucking freezing.
Orver, could you go to the locker room and grab a jacket?
I can check. What's your size?
Large.
Large? Okay, I'll see what we have.
Appreciate that. As it currently stands, by the way, just so that you are aware, the charge... Well, actually... does anyone know if his charges have been read to him before?
McLeod?
No, he has not had his charges read to him. Besides, I believe, a description of them at the start of the interrogation.
Got it. Okay. Is there any point of contention with me reading them just as this is what it currently is, but also subject to change from now until he's actually processed?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest clarifier to make. But yeah, I don't see an issue.
Okay. So Mr. Thompson, as it currently stands, the pending charges, which again are subject to change from now up until you are back in our custody once we conclude everything, is felony possession with intent to distribute, reckless evading, resisting arrest, and criminal possession of a firearm class 2. Prior to any reductions, that is 138 months and a $55,690 fine, 3 points on your license. But again, we are not pushing that right now. We are waiting for the psych
I
screening.
thought that would have been a lot more expensive. Not gonna lie.
Well, the biggest, the two biggest charges there are going to be the class 2 charge in addition to felony possession with intent.
Even with that, I would have just. I was. I don't know. When you told me all of those, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be in debt $1 million.
No, it's 55,690. For context, reckless evading is 3,000, resisting is $190. The class 2 is 30,000, and felony possession with intent is 22,500.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty cheap. That like no shade on it. It's just that's.
I mean, listen, if you want me to put into context how wonky the penal code is, you could get a window tint charge that is $1,000, which is more than 5 times the amount of a resisting arrest charge.
What? What?
What? For
What?
context, a specific portion of the penal code is updated, that being all traffic-related offenses. However, every other charge has not been touched in that same regard. That's why that is that way.
Okay, interesting.
However, if you want to slide the jacket.
Okay, so I've got 3 jackets for you to choose from. I've got this red Zombie and Stitch. It is large, but it's a bit tacky and out of style. No, I have a green jacket. This one's a medium, and I have this brown one. This one's a large as well.
I'll take the green one.
Take the green one? Yeah.
Are we sure that the other one is not orange? Like,
No.
It looks orange.
It's not orange. It's not orange.
It looks orange.
You wanted the green. I'll give you the green one.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
All right.
I mean, we should be able to sort out the hold. However, when you actually, I'll do it just so that it shows up as my name. It's fine.
Okay.
Reg, can you just talk McLeod through putting someone on a hold?
Yeah.
Come on, James.
Thank you.
Come on over here, pal. All right. So, when you're sending someone on a hold, you are going to need you're going to need their special number of the day. Additionally, you are going to need the report number because all of these are in the form, the sort of electronic form. Just a moment here. What's the report number? Incident 20369. So you're going to want to make sure that you have both of those available. You're then going to open up that form via the MDT command /hold, and you would input the information there, and then the specific time would be in hours, which is clarified on the electronic form. All right. Any questions regarding that? Oops, sorry.
It's a 48-hour hold, right?
Correct.
All right. Mr. Is there anything you'd like to say before I hand you over to DOC Medical Services here?
No, I think I'm good.
Done.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I didn't want to give him the zombie and Stitch one.
Well, you know,
Wait, I'm waiting for that to go into Lost and Found and yoink, mine.
you know what's
Can we move on?
interesting?
Have Stitch you.
When we would send people on holds years ago, that was immediately thrown into a channel similar to the search warrants. I don't think that that is the case anymore.
Interesting.
Do I need to document the hold or anything like
Just indicate the time that they were sent in. That way you can sort of pinpoint. Actually, we are almost on the hour, so document it as pretty much on the hour. 8 a.m. Eastern on the 6th. So realistically, on the 8th at 8 a.m. would be the time that they get released. Here's the thing. We don't need to facilitate anything for their release right now if it's something in which it exceeds 48 hours. I don't anticipate that it is going to exceed that, but they are released automatically at that point. However, if they do, have that conversation with psych, the psych screening occurs and it's deemed that they are okay, it is not our responsibility to prove that they were mentally insane. It is theirs. It would be, from my understanding, an affirmative defense. And so we push the charges regardless, and it is up to them to appeal it in court, claiming that they were mentally not there. And that's beyond us. There's not much we can do. However, it would be silly for us to, let's say, accept a guilty plea if they go, I'm okay now, but I wasn't then. Like, in saying that, I would definitely say that regardless of those circumstances, even if they were not to plead guilty, considering, even though the hold is separate, considering the overall charges in this situation amount to 138 months, and they could be there for a full 48 hours, I would certainly argue that their time, realistically,
has been served.
Pretty much, for all intents and purposes. This isn't like a murder charge where the potential exists that the charge is actually going to exceed like a normal hold time. You know what I mean? I realistically I would not resend this person to prison for the 138 months. I would argue, especially if they make a good faith attempt to ensure that they, speak with psych, I would have them released on time served and bill them. And then realistically, it doesn't matter if you get a guilty plea from them, because oftentimes the guilty plea is, the incentive for reduced time. But straight up, we should not take a guilty plea regarding this at all, given everything that we've exhibited today, or observed, rather. That makes sense?
And what if regarding additional things to the search warrant?
That would be a separate instance.
Okay.
In fact, I would argue...
surf that while...
I would argue that this hold is to our benefit, right? Because it's delaying the processing of the situation. You could potentially tie the warrant into this stuff. I mean, the basis of the warrant is not only this scenario, but, well, actually for Knox it would be, unless he has priors, right?
The last prior we had was in June. So,
June?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so
in regards to this sort of stuff.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Was it Knox or SETI stuff that was locked down?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. Search warrants written up for both.
Yeah, then I would push everything on a separate report. I mean, you'd need a separate one for the raid receipt anyways and whatnot, so it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, they would all get processed separately. It makes it easy.
Easy.
Also make sure that It is clarified that he was not processed specifically because of the involuntary hold. You can document that I cleared the hold. Call sign is 290. Just because, again, this is relatively new territory. The legislation's only been in for a few weeks, and we have already sort of outlined a problematic portion in that the flowchart provided doesn't make sense because the legislation states a max of 48 hours, but then the stuff that they want us to follow is backwards because it says involuntary psychiatric screening hold initiated. Then there's a hearing where the reason for the hold is explained. Then a judge or justice approves. Then the timer for the 48 hours or less for the evaluation from psych. And then treatment begins. But like, that tells me step number 1 is us sending them on the hold, followed by justifying the hold to judges and then it being approved. So it's wonky, but again, I'll take the fall for it if need be. It'd be what it be. We gotta
I
do
made
this no matter
some
what.
notes at the top of the report.
I think if any use of this would be appropriate in this format, it's just the
You need to clear your throat,
threat
buddy.
to society.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you, McLeod.
Yeah, McLeod, you need to clear your throat. This was also happening during the hold conversation. Not as bad, but I'm not sure if it's like you specific. And I know people have been having a similar-ish issue over the past few days. So it may not be a you thing as much as it is, you know. I don't know. Air coming through the vents.
Yeah.
Is all of the justification for the hold all in statements already?
I need to write up my statement.
I need.
I think
okay,
Ricky
Ricky's.
wrote his.
Perfect. So do me a favor. I'm gonna read Ricky's in its entirety. Because I'm going to. Oh. Sorry, I looked at the wrong thing. Damn it. No, I was looking at the wrong channel and I saw a check mark.
Oh.
I was looking at the FOIA stuff. Because I'm going to separately at the judges and let them know exactly what we did. I'm also going to reach out to Pixie personally to let her know with the preferred availability as well. That way she, again, can communicate it to other people in her department if they're available.
Okay.
Email.
Nah.
Nope.
One, 2, 6, 6, 4.
Love charades. What are we drawing?
Section 3.
Scribbling on a page, getting your anger out isn't communicating to me, McLeod. Come on now.
Section 2. Whoops.
Once he's saying, I think the
Said
risk.
the risk he poses validates the process.
Correct. Pretty much. Because if judges agree that realistically nothing needs to change as long as there's an well, I mean it probably should, but if judges know that that's backwards, then at the end of the day, it doesn't really, as long as they're willing to follow through with a post sending of the hold, justification, or I know it says a hearing, but alternatively, if they're willing to accept officer statements to justify it, since the likelihood that they're going to be available after while the same officers are present that's fairly slim, right? That's why I want to ensure that the officers who are involved, their statements fully cover everything. That way, judges can look at those statements and be like, yeah, okay, that's reason enough, even if they're not available.
Makes total sense. Should have yours finished. Yes, you should finish your statement.
Yeah,
You got this,
100%.
I
From my
believe in you.
understanding, Davenport, I want to say it was Davenport was having a similar issue. There have been, long story short, it may not be you. It could be, may not be. It's sounding as though, things are being dropped. So,
Any better? Hello?
Hey.
we can hear you. Say a full sentence.
I like pancakes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Or you just hate waffles?
Okay, perfect.
Really? Pancakes?
I
We're
think
circling back to pancakes.
Flapjacks.
I think waffles are pancakes with syrup traps.
Yeah,
I think waffles are overrated.
Okay.
I love them both.
Is retaking custody to send him on the hold. To write in. Yeah. As long as there's no issue on that hold and everything, I don't see anything else that needs to really be addressed right now.
I don't think so. We'll be notified when the search warrant is signed by a judge.
McLeod, what's your call sign? Never mind, I see it.
705. Yeah. Forget some.
Actually, I will write in the report at the top that should they be released from the hold, that they are to be processed for the situation. No guilty plea is to be offered, given the circumstances, and what else? They're to be released on time served, but to be billed. Any point of contention with any of that? Because if not, I'll write that in the report.
Nope.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Do we have any reason to believe that any of his current charges, like pending charges, are going to change?
No, I have no reason to believe.
Yeah, if we're separating the raid into its own incident, then there shouldn't be any clear change for that.
All right, sick, perfect. If that's all done, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
Have a good one.
Sorry
Appreciate
for
you. I hope
that.
you're feeling better.
I'm like 85%.
That's good.
It tells you what, lying in bed for a month sucks.
Oh, 100%. You get
Wish
thrown
that
out
on
of
anybody.
You get thrown out of all your habits.
Oh
It's
my
actually
God,
atrocious.
It's so hard. Like, okay, well, I got to get up, and then it's like, oh well, like, here's all these things that I haven't done for the past month that I now need to go and do. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Good night.
Thank you and good night.
No problem. Have a good one.
McLeod.
7 to 10. There we are.
Right.
And we also
I'm just gonna take the next
indicated
6 years to write my statement up for this.
I mean, it doesn't need to be that crazy.
No, I also need to process
I just want you to hit pretty hard on the stuff that occurred. Actually, do me a favor. Write a statement specifically regarding the stuff that made y'all concerned of his mental state. And then write the remainder of your statement. That way, if a judge looks at the report early, and can at least see that at minimum, they may, again, preemptively clear it without an actual hearing. All right, my email says, "Hey Pixie, it's Rhodes. We sent up Knox Thompson with the state ID on a hold for 48 hours to Bolingbrook under Section 2 involuntary psych screening holds. We attempted to contact judges, but received no response. On speaking with Knox, his availability is typically 7 p.m. EST to 10 p.m. EST. Remy also indicated she reached out to you earlier. Report number associated." Because that's the other thing is psych needing to be made aware of the reason. So, do you think there's any reason for us to avoid giving Pixie the report in its entirety? Is there anything... Again, this would just be going to Pixie, where she can read through statements.
I don't see any reason why not to. I don't believe.
Just let me know
Pixie
once your
would
stuff
do
is
anything.
done. Sorry. You know how to resolve that when it's actively happening, right?
No. Well, I just press backspace.
Well, I more so like if someone else is typing in a report and it comes up, you go into that F8 menu in the MDT and you plus open MDT. Has that ever been told to you?
No, that actually hasn't.
Okay, so I'm going to write here. Get out of your MDT. Is it up? It popped up for you?
No, it's not popped up. I just can't reopen it.
Okay. Plus open MDT. That work?
Okay, so that does work.
Yes.
But there's an odd issue.
Which is?
Okay, now it's fixed.
Okay, so whatever that issue was likely because I put a bunch of characters and I think it scrolled the entirety of the MDT to the right.
That'd be correct, yeah.
Yeah. So we all know what happens, right? Like right now you're writing your report, but let's say Jigs is out on the street and he didn't close the report. You're typing an hour later. It shows up for Jigs in the middle of a pursuit. That's how you're going to pull up the MDT to then close out the report.
That is good to know because it's definitely happened. It happens.
A couple times. Trust me, I'm well aware. Been there, done that. Situation. . . . . . . . . . . .. .. .. .. .. .. .. .............. . . .. .. .. ... ........... .. .. .. ... .. ....................................................................................................................................................................................................................................................................................... Who was there when the stuff was happening? It was you, Ricky, and was McLeod there?
Oh, do you mean his statements?
Yes, the statements that gave y'all, the reason for the hold.
It was myself, McLeod, Ricky, and I believe Remy. Yeah, it was Remy because Odette and Dark were documenting the vehicle, and Remy was in their scout.
Officers involved in the decision for the psych screening. So just to verify one more time, Remy, Ricky, you, and James.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Psych will want to focus on. Okay, I sent Pixie thing. Says, hey Pixie, it's Rhodes. We sent Knox Thompson on a hold for 48 hours to Bolingbrook under Section 2, involuntary psychiatric screening holds. We attempted to contact judges but received no response. On speaking with Knox, his availability is typically 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Remy also indicated she reached out to you earlier. The incident number 20369 is a situation in which he was caught. Officers are just about done with their statements. I'll get the report sent as soon as they're done so you have the relevant information. When it is sent, the officers involved in the decision for the psych screening were Remy, Ricky, Tommy, and James. So those are the primary statements psych will want to focus on. I'm now going to reach out to judges to let them know everything. Wait. You mean to be typing something in that thing?
No, I was looking at
Okay,
it.
all right. From Remy. Legislation. Psych. Voluntary or involuntary?
So, I have a question. He requested an attorney for the interrogation.
Okay.
I went through the efforts of trying to get one. None came through. I informed him of this, and he was like, "Okay, we'll just move forward without one."
Okay. Someone saying that they will move forward without one is forfeiting the right to an attorney. Like, flat out.
I just wasn't sure if that held anything regarding like what was learned on later.
Though I will say, in those situations, just so that there's no confusion, you should clarify with them. So just to verify, you are forfeiting your right to an attorney, because while we may have the understanding that that is them forfeiting the right to an attorney, it is in our best interest to ensure that you and them are on the same page, if that makes sense. Because they may perceive that as they're unavailable, we move on. But that doesn't mean to them that they're not going to contact an attorney afterwards,
Right.